Welcome to the Solid Signal podcast for the week of April 20th, 2020. Your weekly dose of normalcy in an otherwise abnormal world. This week I'm talking about antennas. It's the Antenna-thon at Solid Signal, and I don't need to tell you that things have changed a lot. That's not what this podcast is about, but let's talk about some of the ways that you can make your life easier and happier and better with the products over at Solid Signal. That's what I'm here to do, and I'm very grateful to still have the opportunity to do it. I know that there's a lot of folks out there who are sidelined right now, and I'm very pleased to say I'm still putting out content and still coming up with new stuff to complain about. If you listen to the podcast, you seem to find that there's a never-ending supply of those. Anyway, getting back to the idea of Antenna-thon. Let's say that perhaps you're watching a bit more television now than you were in the past, and we don't need to delve into the reasons why. We all know why. But you're staring at that big silver flat thing a lot more than you were in the past, and the supply of stuff on the internet is rapidly drying up. How can that be when there are 25 quintillion years of content on YouTube? You say, well, I know, you're just flipping through trying to find something new and interesting, and maybe you're experiencing something which the experts call choice paralysis. Choice paralysis is when you have so much to look at that you cannot make up your mind. If you go to a convenience store looking for a can of beans, you're probably going to find a can of beans and you'll buy it. But if you go to Walmart or one of those stores looking for a can of beans and you find 50 different cans of beans, you may not even walk out with a single one because you just didn't know which one to pick. And that's a perfect analysis of what's going on the internet. So much content, it's hard to pick one because nothing seems quite right. You know, there's something that is immune to choice paralysis, and that's live television. With live television, you get a curated stream of what's going on right now. And it's funny, we tend to forget back in the days before the internet and all we had was live television that there was always something on. Even though Bruce Springsteen a generation ago sang 57 channels and nothing on, it was still, you know, you could go through the channels and you ended up with the Weather Channel or some weird infomercial or something like that, and it entertained you for a short period of time. That's how things went back then, and they go that way again. If you don't have a TV antenna yet, you really should pick one up. First of all, I want to stick in a plug for the hardworking folks over at Solid Signal's Novi, Michigan warehouse. They're working odd hours to maintain social distancing. They're taking extra care to make sure that everything ships out safely. And more than anything else, they're keeping up stock levels in a way that is just absolutely amazing. But nothing would make them happier, I think, than to ship out everything in that warehouse and need to stock it up again, because that would mean that sales were on fire, as Marv Albert used to say. So, taking a look at the antenna selection at solidsignal.com, we still have a great selection of all of the latest stuff from Antop, from Televez, from Extreme Signal, and these antennas are ready to ship today. Get an antenna sent to you safely and securely. Put it up yourself. You don't need to hire somebody to install it. A lot of these are indoor antennas or indoor-outdoor antennas, so you can put them up where you need to put them up in order to stay safe. Don't climb up on the roof if you're not comfortable with it, and if you do climb up on the roof, make sure you're super careful and that you have a buddy there. Last thing you want to do at this point is go to the hospital for any reason. So you get that antenna. You hook it up with a single coaxial cable to your television. You go to the menu, you find setup, and you scan for channels, and all of a sudden, what do you have? 40, 50, or even 100 new channels full of stuff that's streaming live. And it's all there for you. It's local news, which, let's be honest, is exactly what you need right now. It's stuff that can entertain you during the day. It's information, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff that you never found on cable or satellite. Classic television from when you were young, regardless of what age you are. And I'm talking about stuff from the 50s, from the 60s, and, you know, even into the 80s and 90s and 2000s. No matter how old you are, you're going to find some classic TV when you get an antenna. You'll find religious programming, and if you're the kind of person who has recently turned to religion to try to help answer some of the questions in your life, you'll be glad that you did. You'll find foreign language programming. You'll find everything you need. And matter of fact, when it comes to foreign language programming, this is really, in a lot of ways, it's a perfect time to learn a foreign language. And so do yourself a favor. Get yourself some audio files on how to learn a language. Get yourself some of the information that you need, and then watch the Spanish language channel for 24 hours. If nothing else, I guarantee you will learn the words having to do with buying a car. I watch the Spanish language channels myself, just purely for entertainment, and I'm not incredibly literate in Spanish, but I know what they're talking about. And the Spanish language car commercials are much more entertaining than the ones in English, which is surprising to me, but I suppose that's another story for another time. All I'm saying is that a TV antenna is a virtually unlimited source of live entertainment. And live entertainment might be just the thing that you need right now. If you're ready for an antenna and you don't know which one you need, go to solidsignal.com, and there's a link at the top that says Get Antenna Help. And do it. You can fill out a form very quickly, and our staff of trained technicians will get back to you usually within about a day with a list of everything that you'll need in your area and the perfect antenna choices for you. I'm not talking about going through some hokey app or going through some sort of template system. I'm talking about real antenna techs who are sitting there in their homes waiting for you to send this information to them so they can get back to you. This is a highly manual process, and any of those programs or apps or whatever that try to reduce it down, they're not going to be as good as talking to a real tech. You can call us. Our phones are open at 877-312-4547. That's 877-312-4547. And through the magic of our modern telephone system, you can reach customer service reps who are working from home, waiting for your calls, just as if they were in the office, ready to help. Folks, the world may be a strange and different place, but one thing that's comforting is that television is always going to be here for you. That's the message that generations have learned time and time and time again. It's still true, and now is the time to capitalize on an antenna from Solid Signal. That's it for the hard sell this week. Next week I'll be back to probably some more crankiness. Who knows? I'll be picking on Jake Buckler for his opinions on Ozark or something like that. But for now, please patronize solidsignal.com. Please like and subscribe if you happen to be on YouTube. It makes me look better. And of course, we all want to look better to our bosses at this moment in time. So I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you again next week.